Lesson 1: Travel Challenges and Triumphs.
I will definitely keep those tips in mind for my future trip.
I am glad to hear that. Travel can be quite an adventure.
Speaking of adventures, did you face any challenges on your last trip?
Oh, many. One time, my luggage was lost for 2 days.
That sounds frustrating. How did you manage without it?
I had to buy some essentials, which was quite an unexpected expense.
I can imagine. Did you find anything interesting while shopping?
Yes. I discovered a local boutique with beautiful handmade items.
At least there was a silver lining to that experience.
Absolutely. I ended up with unique souvenirs.
What other challenges did you encounter?
I also got lost in a city without a map.
That must have been quite the adventure. How did you find your way?
I asked a friendly local for directions. They were very helpful.
That is a great reminder of the kindness of strangers.
Indeed. Most people are willing to assist if you ask nicely.
I once faced a language barrier while ordering food.
Oh no! How did you handle that situation?
I resorted to pointing and miming my requests.
That is a clever strategy. Sometimes, actions speak louder than words.
Exactly. I ended up with a delicious dish, even if it was a surprise.
Those unexpected meals can turn out to be the best ones.
I completely agree. What is your favorite travel memory?
Watching the sunset over a beautiful beach. It was magical.
That sounds enchanting. I want to experience that as well.
You should. It is moments like those that make travel worthwhile.
I will add it to my travel bucket list.
Lesson 2: Making a Difference.
I cannot wait to start my volunteer project next week.
That is wonderful. I am sure you will excel in your efforts.
Thank you. I hope to make a real difference in people's lives.
You certainly will. Your enthusiasm is contagious.
I have been preparing for weeks. I want to be fully ready.
That is the spirit. Preparation is key to success.
I have also been reading about the community's needs.
That is very thoughtful of you. Knowledge is powerful.
I believe understanding their needs will help me connect better.
Absolutely. People appreciate when you genuinely care.
I want them to feel valued and heard.
That is a beautiful goal. Everyone deserves to be acknowledged.
I plan to organize fun activities to engage them.
That sounds fantastic. Fun activities can break down barriers.
I hope they will enjoy the activities as much as I enjoy planning them.
I am sure they will. Your excitement will be infectious.
I just want to create a welcoming environment for everyone.
That is essential. A warm atmosphere encourages participation.
I also need to remember to listen actively to their stories.
Listening is just as important as providing support.
I agree. Everyone has a unique story to share.
And those stories can inspire others, including you.
I cannot wait to learn from their experiences.
You will gain valuable insights that will enrich your life.
I hope to make lasting connections with them.
That is the beauty of volunteering. Relationships matter.
I look forward to sharing my journey with you.
Lesson 3: Global Concerns.
Recently, I have been thinking about the possibility of nuclear holocaust.
That is a heavy topic. What prompted this thought?
It seems our enemies refuse to negotiate, believing we can pile missiles high.
That is a concerning mindset. It raises the stakes for everyone involved.
Exactly. It feels like a game of chess with dire consequences.
Chess is a good analogy. One wrong move could lead to disaster.
I wonder what drives their refusal to engage in dialogue.
Fear often plays a significant role in these decisions.
Fear can lead to escalation rather than resolution.
Yes, and it creates a cycle that is hard to break.
How do you think we can promote peace in such a tense environment?
Open communication is essential. It helps to build trust.
Trust is a rarity in international relations these days.
It is indeed. But small steps can lead to significant changes.
What kind of small steps do you have in mind?
Initiating cultural exchanges or joint humanitarian efforts could help.
That is a brilliant idea. Engaging people can humanize the enemy.
Exactly. It reminds us that we are all part of the same global community.
I hope leaders consider these approaches.
They should. Dialogue can pave the way for understanding and cooperation.
It is frustrating to think about the alternatives.
Yes, but remaining hopeful is important.
Hope is vital, especially during challenging times.
Indeed. And every conversation we have helped spread awareness and understanding.
I appreciate this discussion. It has given me a new perspective.
Lesson 4: Embracing healthy eating.
Yes, I have started eating more fruits and vegetables and cut down on processed foods.
That is fantastic. How have you been feeling since making those changes?
I feel much more energetic. It is amazing what fresh produce can do.
I completely agree. What types of fruits and vegetables have you been enjoying?
I have been eating a lot of berries and leafy greens.
Berries are a delicious choice. They are packed with antioxidants.
Yes. I love adding them to my morning smoothie.
Smoothies are a great way to boost your nutrient intake.
I also enjoy snacking on carrot sticks and hummus.
That sounds healthy and satisfying. Have you tried any new recipes?
I made a vegetable stir fry last week. It was colorful and tasty.
Stir fries are wonderful. They are so versatile.
Exactly. You can use whatever vegetables you have on hand.
That is a great point. Do you have any favorite seasonings?
I love adding garlic and ginger for extra flavor.
Those are excellent choices. They enhance the taste and offer health benefits.
I have even started experimenting with herbs from my garden.
How wonderful! Fresh herbs can elevate any dish.
I agree. I planted basil and parsley. They smell amazing.
Those are perfect for Italian dishes. Have you made any pasta?
I did. I added fresh basil to my spaghetti. It was delightful.
That sounds delicious. I must come over for dinner sometime.
You are always welcome. We can try out new recipes together.
I would love that. Cooking with friends makes it more fun.
Absolutely. Plus, we can share tips and ideas.
Yes. It is great to inspire each other on this healthy journey.
Here is to more fruits, vegetables, and wonderful meals ahead.
Lesson 5: Art and Controversy.
Look at this piece. It features well-known figures placed in disaster's mouth.
Indeed. It is quite provocative, to say the least.
I wonder what the artist was trying to convey with this imagery.
Perhaps a commentary on how society consumes these figures during crises?
That would make sense. The assembled company seems to accept it blithely, despite its implications.
Yes, it is fascinating how art can evoke such mixed feelings.
Some may find it disturbing, while others see it as a bold statement.
Exactly. It challenges us to confront uncomfortable truths.
I must admit, the faintly unpleasant aspect does linger.
That is the beauty of art, though. It forces us to reflect.
Do you think the artist intended to provoke discomfort?
Quite possibly. Art often aims to spark conversation and debate.
I enjoy how this piece encourages viewers to engage with difficult topics.
Me too. It is a reminder that not all art is meant to be pretty.
What do you think the public's reaction will be?
I suspect it will be divided, as with most controversial works.
Some may love it, while others may criticize it harshly.
Yes, but that is the nature of impactful art. It evokes strong emotions.
I wonder how the artist feels about the reactions.
They might relish the discussions their work inspires.
It is exciting to think about the conversations we can have because of this.
Absolutely. Art is a gateway to deeper understanding.
I look forward to discussing this piece with friends later.
Me too. Let us see where their opinions lead us.
Who knew a painting could ignite such a lively discussion?
Lesson 6: Time-saving techniques.
That is a good start. Have you found any time-saving techniques?
Yes. I recently started using a task management app. It has made a huge difference.
That sounds interesting. How does it work?
It allows me to organize my tasks by priority and deadlines.
I could use that. I often forget tasks without a proper system.
It is easy to lose track without proper organization.
Do you have other tips for staying organized?
I also block specific times for tasks in my calendar.
That is clever. So, you schedule your work like appointments?
Exactly. It helps me focus and stay committed to my tasks.
I must try that. I often get distracted by notifications.
I understand. Turning off notifications during work hours is helpful.
That is a great idea. I will silence my phone for better concentration.
You will be amazed at how much more you can accomplish.
Any other techniques you find useful?
I practice the Pomodoro technique. It involves working for 25 minutes, then taking a 5-minute break.
That sounds manageable. I can do anything for 25 minutes.
Exactly. Those short bursts of focus can boost productivity significantly.
I will definitely give that a try. How do you keep yourself motivated?
I reward myself after completing tasks. It keeps me motivated.
Rewards are a great motivator. What do you usually treat yourself to?
Sometimes, it is a piece of chocolate or a short walk outside.
Simple but effective. I like that approach.
It makes work feel less daunting when you have something to look forward to.
I shall implement these strategies starting today.
I am excited for you. You will see improvements in no time.
Thank you for sharing these tips. I appreciate your help.
Lesson 7: Political Aspirations.
It is interesting how some figures become well known outside of Texas.
Indeed. I wonder why so many people wanted him to run for president in 2000.
He had a certain charisma that appealed to many.
Charisma can be a powerful tool in politics.
Yes. People often gravitate toward strong personalities.
But charisma alone does not guarantee success, does it?
True. Policies and vision are equally important.
I wonder what his platform was during that time.
He focused on issues like education and tax reform.
Those are significant topics that resonate with many voters.
Yes. He also had a folksy charm that made people feel connected.
That is an effective strategy, making voters feel like you understand them.
Exactly. He presented himself as an everyday person.
That relatability can win hearts and votes.
I recall people saying he represented the American dream.
That is a compelling narrative. Everyone loves a success story.
But did his Texas background play a role in his appeal?
Absolutely. Texas has a unique cultural identity that attracts attention.
Some might say that Texas pride boosts candidates from the state.
That is true. Texans often feel a strong sense of loyalty to their own.
I wonder if his popularity would have been the same if he were from another state.
It is hard to say, but regional identity does influence perceptions.
It is fascinating how geography can shape political careers.
Yes. It reminds us that context matters in politics.
I appreciate this discussion. It provides a lot to think about.
Lesson 8: Exploring efficient workouts.
I have been thinking about trying a new workout routine.
That sounds intriguing. What have you considered?
Not really sure yet. I have heard that high intensity interval training is efficient.
It certainly is. It can provide a great workout in a short amount of time.
Do you have any tips for someone new to it?
Absolutely. Start with shorter intervals and gradually increase the intensity.
That sounds manageable. How long should each interval be?
Typically, 20 to 30 seconds of intense activity followed by rest is effective.
I can handle that. What exercises do you recommend for beginners?
Burpees, jumping jacks, and mountain climbers are fantastic choices.
Burpees sound intense. Are they as hard as they look?
They are challenging, but they work multiple muscle groups at once.
I suppose I will feel accomplished afterward.
You definitely will. It is rewarding to push your limits.
How many times a week should I do this training?
Aim for 2 to 3 times a week to start, allowing time for recovery.
That sounds reasonable. What about warm-ups?
Always warm up before starting any intense workout. Stretching is key.
I will make sure to include that. Any other advice?
Stay hydrated. Water is crucial during high-intensity workouts.
I will keep my water bottle handy.
Good idea. It helps maintain your energy levels.
I am excited to give this a try.
You will do great. Remember to listen to your body.
I appreciate your encouragement. I will keep you updated on my progress.
Lesson 9, Kitchen Essentials.
I love using a silicone spatula. It is great for scraping bowls clean.
Absolutely. It is one of my favorite kitchen tools as well.
It is so flexible, making it easy to get every last bit of batter.
Yes. No more wasting precious ingredients.
Plus, it is heat resistant, which is a huge bonus.
That is true. You can use it for mixing hot ingredients without worry.
Have you ever tried using it for folding ingredients?
Yes. It works wonderfully for gently folding in whipped cream or egg whites.
I agree. It keeps the mixture light and fluffy.
Exactly. And it does not scratch the bowls either.
What do you think about the different colors available?
I love the variety. They can brighten up any kitchen.
I have a red one and a blue one. They make baking feel festive.
How fun! My collection includes a bright green one.
That sounds vibrant. Do you have any other favorite kitchen tools?
I also adore my whisk. It is perfect for mixing batter smoothly.
Whisks are essential. I cannot imagine baking without one.
Same here. What about measuring cups?
Oh, definitely. Accurate measurements are crucial in baking.
Yes. I prefer the clear glass ones. They are easy to read.
I like those too. They are also great for melting butter in the microwave.
That is a clever use. What about mixing bowls?
I prefer stainless steel. They are sturdy and easy to clean.
I agree. Plus, they do not retain odors like plastic can.
Speaking of cleaning, do you have a favorite way to wash your tools?
I usually hand wash them to ensure they last longer.
That is a good practice. I try to avoid the dishwasher for my silicone spatulas.
Yes. They can last much longer with gentle care.
It sounds like we both have our favorite kitchen essentials.
Indeed. These tools make baking so much more enjoyable.
I cannot wait to see what we create with them today.
Lesson 10, Thrift Store Finds.
Look at this jacket. It was on sale for only $30.
That is a great deal. It looks like it is in excellent condition.
I cannot believe how much you can save at thrift stores.
Absolutely. It is like a treasure hunt every time you visit.
I always find something interesting here.
Me too. Do you remember the time we found that vintage record player?
How could I forget? We had so much fun testing it out.
Yes. And the sound quality was surprisingly good for its age.
I wonder what other hidden gems are waiting for us today.
Let us explore. There could be another fantastic find around the corner.
What is the best item you have ever purchased here?
I once found a beautiful ceramic vase for just $15.
That sounds lovely. Did you use it for flowers?
I did. It brightened up my living room instantly.
I appreciate how thrift shopping promotes sustainability too.
Exactly. It is a great way to recycle and reduce waste.
Plus, you often discover items with a story behind them.
Yes. Each piece has its own history, which makes it special.
I love imagining where an item has been before.
Me too. It adds a personal touch to our homes.
Have you ever regretted a purchase?
Only when I bought a shirt that shrank after the first wash.
That is always a disappointment. At least you learned from it.
Indeed. Now I always check the care instructions first.
Wise choice. Let us keep looking. Who knows what we might find?
Agreed. Adventure awaits in every aisle.
And if we find nothing, at least we had fun exploring together.
Lesson 11: Current events and public opinion.
What is happening? This news seems quite significant.
Indeed. I wonder how this will affect public opinion and the upcoming elections.
It could change everything. People are often swayed by breaking news.
That is true. Shifts in public perception can be rapid and dramatic.
I have noticed that social media plays a big role in shaping opinions.
Absolutely. Information spreads so quickly nowadays.
Do you think this event will mobilize people to take action?
It is possible. Events like this often inspire protests and movements.
I hope it leads to positive change.
Yes. Activism can be a powerful force for good.
But sometimes, reactions can be mixed.
Exactly. Not everyone will agree on the best course of action.
How do you think politicians will respond?
They will likely adjust their messages to align with public sentiment.
That makes sense. They want to remain relevant to voters.
Yes, and they often take cues from public outcry.
I wonder if this will influence voter turnout in the next election.
It could. Engaged citizens are more likely to vote.
I hope younger generations feel inspired to participate.
They have the potential to make a significant impact.
It is encouraging to see passionate discussions about these topics.
Indeed. Conversations like this can lead to greater awareness.
Let us keep an eye on how this unfolds.
Absolutely. Staying informed is crucial in today's world.
I appreciate discussing these issues with you.
Lesson 12, Exploring Professions.
Imagine being a factory worker or a fisherman. Both roles are quite different.
Indeed. Each has its own challenges and rewards.
If I were a factory worker, I could make clothes or build bridges.
That is fascinating. It is amazing how many products come from factories.
Yes. And the precision required in manufacturing is impressive.
True. Each role in a factory is vital for the final product.
But what about fishermen? They have a unique lifestyle.
Absolutely. Fishing requires patience and knowledge of the sea.
I have always admired their resilience.
Yes. They face unpredictable weather and long hours.
Can you imagine hauling in a net full of fish?
That must be quite the workout. It requires strength and skill.
I wonder how they know where to find the best spots.
Experienced fishermen often rely on both intuition and technology.
It is impressive how they adapt to nature.
Absolutely. Every profession has its own set of skills to master.
Factory workers also adapt to new technologies.
Yes. Automation is changing the way factories operate.
It is interesting to think about how jobs evolve over time.
Definitely. New tools change how work is done.
What profession do you find most intriguing?
I am fascinated by architects. They design spaces that shape our lives.
Architects create environments, while factory workers create products.
Exactly. Each role contributes to society in its own way.
I appreciate how diverse our world of work is.
Yes. It reminds us that every job has value, no matter how different.
I feel inspired by our conversation.
Lesson 13, Career Choices.
It is interesting to think about different careers, such as being a factory worker or a fisherman.
Indeed. Each role has its unique challenges and rewards.
If you were to choose, which would you prefer?
I think I would enjoy being a fisherman. There is something appealing about working with nature.
That does sound refreshing. Imagine the early mornings by the water.
Yes. Plus, I could enjoy the peace and quiet, away from the city noise.
What about the physical demands? Fishing can be quite strenuous.
True, but I enjoy physical activity. It keeps one fit and healthy.
That is a good point. And you would have fresh fish for dinner.
Absolutely. It would be a delicious perk of the job.
On the other hand, being a factory worker has its own advantages.
Yes, like the potential for steady hours and a reliable paycheck.
And there are many different tasks one can do, like assembling products.
Exactly. You could also work in quality control or maintenance.
It is fascinating how diverse factory work can be.
Yes. Some factories even focus on sustainable practices now.
That is a great trend. It shows that industries are evolving.
It is encouraging to see jobs adapting to modern needs.
Speaking of jobs, have you ever thought about building bridges?
That would be an incredible career. Engineering is so impactful.
Building bridges connects communities, literally and metaphorically.
Yes. It requires creativity and technical skills, which I admire.
I would love to see a bridge being constructed from start to finish.
That would be fascinating. The teamwork involved must be remarkable.
Each profession has its role in society, does it not?
Absolutely. Every job contributes to the bigger picture in different ways.
It is important to appreciate the work that others do.
Yes. Every role has value, whether in a factory, on the water, or in construction.
I agree. Let us celebrate all the hardworking individuals out there.